Would you pay $900 for a crappy hotel room?
There's a leak in the ceiling. There's a brown, disgusting drip coming. Look at, oh my God.
I can't do
this
it.
This place is a dump.
I
It's
tried.
a dump.
Hi everyone, I'm Marc Lichtenfeld. Welcome to State of the Market. Up until the pandemic hit, I traveled to San Francisco every January for the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference. It's the biggest and most important healthcare investing conference of the year. Hotel rooms were often $900 a night. And I'm not talking about the Four Seasons. I'm talking about shabby rooms that at other times of the year were probably rented by the hour, you know what I'm saying? But if you followed or invested in the biotech sector, you had to be there. The biotech sector produces gains that would make a tech investor jealous. These stocks can absolutely launch when they receive positive news. Of course, the opposite is true when the news is bad, like a failed clinical trial, so don't invest too much in any one position. Now, it's not unheard of for a stock to double in one day on a strong clinical trial data readout, an FDA approval, or an acquisition. In 2021, Beyond Spring nearly tripled in one day after positive clinical trial data. In June of this year, Moon Lake Therapeutics nearly doubled in one day, also after strong clinical trial data. BioXL had a more gradual progression. It took 3.5 months for the stock to rise from about $10 to over $34.
I know what I'm talking about. There are a lot of Benjamins to be made right now with the biotech staff.
It's not easy to pick giant biotech winners, but after covering the sector for 21 years, I've gotten pretty good at it.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Like the 419% gain in Celldex Therapeutics, the 226% gain in Myovant in just 2 months, and the more than 2,000% gain in AbbVie options. Would you like to score big gains like that?
Well, duh.
Of course you would. That's a stupid question. So here are the things that I look for to help me pick big biotech winners, and it can help you too. 1, a big upcoming catalyst. This is usually the release of clinical trial data. Now, we usually don't know the exact date that a company will release data, but we usually have a rough idea. Management will often give some kind of guidance like second half of 2023, by year end, mid-2024, etc. Also, there are some important conferences that companies often release data, like the JP Morgan conference in January, and for oncology companies, there's ASCO in June. The great thing about the sector is knowing, again, roughly when certain very important catalysts will hit so you can get positioned ahead of time. Now keep in mind, if a biotech stock has no earnings and no clinical trial data or FDA approvals coming up in the next year, the stock may be dead money for a while.
Okay, well that's not ideal.
So look for companies that have a big catalyst coming up in the next 6 months so you have a shot at those big gains. 2, a novel drug. No Me Too drugs. I'm not particularly interested in a drug that does the same thing as something else on the market. It should be better, either more effective or with significantly less side effects than anything else that's out there. And even better is when it will be the first drug in the market for a certain condition. And 3, lots of cash.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
No, not that cash, although you can never have too much Johnny Cash, but I'm talking about this cash.
I gotta do it, man.
Many biotech companies are not profitable. Now, they may not even have any revenue yet if they don't have an approved product, so we want to make sure they have enough cash to last at least 1.5 years or 2 years. Any less than that, and they will likely sell stock to raise cash, and that can send the share price lower. Not only is the biotech sector filled with potential huge winners, it's a fun sector to follow because the products they make matter. They help people. So you can make a boatload of money while feeling good that the company you're invested in is the next great treatment for cancer, rare diseases, or Alzheimer's. If you want to see the biotech company that I'm most excited about in this market, I'll give you the ticker symbol free. Just click the link in the description, and then you just might be buying those $900 hotel rooms next. The nice ones. Thanks for watching State of the Market. I'm Marc Lichtenfeld. I'll see you next time.